Today's mission is fueled by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, viewers like you, the National Endowment for Children's Educational Television, and
Delta Airlines. Because learning about geography is a great way for kids to learn about each other, no matter where they hang their hats. Delta Airlines, on top of the world.
Humiliation. I've dropped down to public enemy number 2. I'd better do something really terrible today. I have just the thing. Thanks to me, African-American culture will never be the same. It's time to call Mediva.
Spiders, beetles, ticks, and weevils. I'm right here, boss, and feeling evil.
Yes, I'm sending you through the time port to Africa in the 1300s. There's something very special I want you to steal.
Oh, memories fade, but odor lingers. Nothing safe from my sticky fingers.
Good. This info beam will give you all the details. Now get going.
Time pilots. Mediva just stole something from the past. You've got 28 minutes to get it back, or history will change forever. Initiate Chronoskimmer launch sequence. Boot up the chrono computer. Power up the engines. Extend the temporal sequencer. Now, get going!
We're on the case and we're chasing her through history. Chronoskimmer, engines hot, vile villains, evil plot. Our brave squadron leader will help us defeat her and bring back the loot to its rightful place in time. Tell me where in time is Carmen Sandiego? Stop her crime and solve this mystery. Tell me where in time is Carmen Sandiego? We're on the case and we're chasing her through history.
And here's the time pilot squadron leader, Kevin Shinnick.
Welcome aboard, everybody. I want you to hang on tight because we've got a very big mission, but very little time. So let's meet today's time pilots, starting with Anthony DiMaggio. Welcome aboard, Anthony. Good to see you, buddy. And Kevin Oria. Kevin, welcome to the squadron, pal. And Jessica Rosebeer. Nice to have you aboard, Jessica. All right, time pilots, just so you know, we depend on fact fuel to power the Chronoskimmer, and you guys will be generating that fuel with your answers, all right? So, each of you is equipped with 100 power points. Let's check in with the Chronoskimmer engine crew. Are you ready, crew? All righty. That means, yes, we're ready in engine crew language. So now that they're ready and raring to go, let's begin our pursuit of Mediva. Chief, what's our mission profile?
Squadron, your time target is the 1300s. Destination, Africa. On some parts of this continent, writing wasn't common at that time. So history was kept alive by old men who were like living encyclopedias. They came from special families who had passed down the history of African life for generations through storytelling, music, and dance. It was such an important and difficult job that some men trained for 50 years before doing it. And this precious tradition of oral history still lives on in the 20th century. Or so history told us till now, when Mediva traveled back in time and wiped out the words.
Thank you, Chief. Pilots, for 10 power points, what did Mediva steal? Was it the voices of the Greek chorus, the voices of the griots, or the voices of the pharaohs? Remember the clues we just heard? Africa during the 1300s, old men like living encyclopedias, and tradition of oral history. All right, guys, lock onto an answer as soon as you can there. Figure what's we're gonna get? Gotta get back that loot. Okay, Anthony, what'd you say, pal?
Voices of the griots.
Okay, Kevin?
Voices of the paraforce.
All right, Jessica?
Voices of the griots.
All right, correct answer is voices of the griots. 10 points for Anthony and Jessica. Very good, guys. Now we know what Mediva stole, and we'd like to get it back. So, If one of you today can retrieve that loot and capture Carmen Sandiego, you will win a complete multimedia computer system, all right? So, now that we know what we're looking for, let's get it back. Engine room, let's warp to the time of the crime. Okay, pilots, we made it back to the 1300s so far, but I've noticed that... Wait a second. Oh, no. All right, that warp really drained our fact fuel. We need to refuel with a data boost. Time pilots, I'll give a name. Your job, buzz in and tell me whether I've named a real person or a fictional character. If you're right, you get 5 power points, but if you're wrong, you lose 5, all right? Remember, a real person or a fictional character. Captain Bligh. Anybody? Yes, Anthony.
Real person?
Correct, he's a real person. He lost his ship, the Bounty, to a famous mutiny in 1789. Next, General Ulysses S. Grant. Yes, Kevin.
Real person.
Correct, he is a real person. He commanded Union armies during the Civil War and later became U.S. president. How about Sherlock Holmes? Yes, Jessica.
Fake. Fictional.
Fake and fictional, correct. Very good. How about Johnny Appleseed? Yes, Anthony.
Fictional.
Actually, he's a real person. His real name was John Chapman, and he gave thousands of seedling apple trees to pioneers heading west. All right, Tarzan. Yes, Jessica.
Fictional.
Fictional, correct. All right, guys, good job. You've replenished our fact fuel. And just a reminder, all our fact fuel is verified by Encyclopedia Britannica. Now let's continue on our mission and get back the voices of the griots, okay? All right, and for our next... Wait a second, what's happening to the monitor?
I can't seem to hear you, pilots. I have the voices of the griots in my ears. I give you all this one confession. Look for me in the Great Depression. Zora Neale Hurston is the name of a young black writer gaining fame. She's publishing for all to see her studies in anthropology. The rich black folklore of the South, tall tales and stories passed from mouth to mouth. Hurston listens to every word, writing down the tales she's heard. Monkey's tail and turnip's ear. This wicked crook is all here.
Okay. Sheesh. Wonder if she's related to the haiku hag. All right, guys. Where in time is Medieval? The 1890s, the 1930s, or the 1950s? Remembering the clues we just heard? The Great Depression, writer Zora Neale Hurston, and decade when she first publishes black folk tales. All right, guys, we all have an answer. Great. Anthony, what'd you say?
The 1930s.
All right, Kevin?
1930s.
And Jessica?
1930s.
All right, well, you know what? You're all right. It's the 1930s. Very good. You know, history tells us that Hurston published the tales she heard in her book, Mules and Men. But those tales may never be told if you don't save history soon. Engine room, let's warp to the 1930s. Okay, guys, we were following Medieval to the 1930s, but she's decided to stop and do some globe hopping in the 1920s. So it's time for global pursuit. Grab your controls, watch the globe on your screen, and buzz in when you think you know the right answer. If you're right, you get 5 power points. If you're wrong, you lose 5, okay? Remember, we're in the 1920s. Medieval's in a city where trumpeter Louis Armstrong pioneers a new jazz style. Yes, Anthony.
Chicago.
Correct. She's in the country where Picasso creates paintings inspired by African sculpture. Yes, Kevin.
France.
Correct. Medieval skipped to the African country where King Tut's tomb is opened. Yes, Kevin.
Egypt.
Correct, it is Egypt. Very good, guys. And for our next clue, we're gonna move on. Wait a second, do you hear that? Hey, that sound can only mean one thing. It's Elephant Guy. Hey, Elephant Guy.
I just ran through New York City, where poet and playwright Leroy Jones is doing important things. He founded the Black Arts Repertory Theater, which gets funding through President Johnson's new anti-poverty programs. Jones promotes African-American culture and believes in a separate art made by and for black people. He inspires a black arts movement, which expresses the political and cultural concerns of African-Americans through art. Jones will later choose a Muslim name. becoming known as Amiri Baraka. Well, that's all I know. I gotta run, pilots.
Thanks a lot, Elvin guy. You know, I gave him peanut oil cologne for his birthday. That was probably a bad thing, wasn't it? Well, we're gonna move on anyway. Pilots, where in time is Mediva? 1935, 1950, or 1965? Remembering the clues we just heard at that high pace. Leroy Jones promotes African-American culture. Black Arts Repertory Theater is founded. And President Lyndon B. Johnson. All right, so lock onto an answer as soon as you can, guys, because we got to get back that loot. Time is of the essence. All right, Anthony, what'd you say?
1950.
Okay, Kevin?
1935.
And Jessica?
1950.
All right, correct answer is 1965. That was a tough one, guys. And the African-American oral tradition was continued to the Black Arts Repertory Theater. But time's running out to save the voices of the griots. So let's warp to 1965.
Anybody feel like shooting the breeze?
All right, pilots, we made it to 1965, but Mediva just fried our fact fuel. So we need to refuel with a data boost. All right, pilots, I'm going to give you a biographical fact. It's up to you to buzz in and tell me whether it refers to former U.S. President Andrew Jackson or pop singer Michael Jackson, all right? Here goes. Autobiography edited by former First Lady. Yes, Jessica.
Michael Jackson?
Correct, Michael Jackson. It was edited by Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis. Very good. Born in South Carolina. Yes, Anthony.
Andrew Jackson?
Correct, Andrew Jackson. Presented with a Special Achievement Award at the White House. Yes, Jessica.
Andrew Johnson?
Actually, it's Michael Jackson. Whether it's Andrew Jackson or Michael Jackson. In 1984, Michael Jackson got an award for being a positive role model to the young. All right, studied law. Yes, Anthony.
Andrew Jackson.
Andrew Jackson it is. He was admitted to the bar of North Carolina in 1787. Finally, married Elvis Presley's daughter. Yes, Kevin.
Michael Jackson.
Correct, it is Michael Jackson. All right, great job, time pilots. We've replenished our fact fuel. Let's see how well we did. Anthony has 135 power points, Kevin has 130 power points, and Jessica has 130 also. I'm gonna see if... Hey, the clue finder's locked onto some time turbulence. Second. Readings indicated somebody who can help us. Let's bring him on board.
Well, it comes from Georgia, and I'm telling no tale. His VP's name is Walter Mondale. What do you think?
What do I think about what?
Don't be playing me, man. I'm talking about my rap about the president.
Oh, you wrote a rap about the president. Oh.
Of course. Rap's gonna be really, really big, enormous, great, stupendous. Yes, rap is so important, you know? Let's see. Sugar Hill Gang just had a big double platinum album with their new record, Rapper's Delight.
Oh, see if you cash in on the newest craze, huh?
New? What are you talking about, man? Rap's been developing for years. Why, back in 1973, cool DJ Herc got two turntables together and put them together and started playing the break beats over and over. You know, like like that. And then he put chants and rhymes over the beats.
So he was like doing rap like before there was rap, huh?
Oh, that's it. He was kind of chanting, you know, chanting like those old storytellers in Africa. But I think political rap is going to be the wave of the future.
Yeah? Oh, well, let's hear more of your president's rap.
Oh, you want to hear more?
Yeah.
All right, all we need is a beat. We just need a boom. Come on, you guys help. A boom. He used to farm peanuts and he liked that a lot. Now he's making peace for Bacon and Sadat.
Yeah, it was, well, it needs work. Needs work.
That's all right. It was pretty good, wasn't it?
You know, what do you...
Maybe I should have rhymed peanut farmer with Middle East disarmor. Huh?
Well, yeah, it's a start. You know, why don't you go work on it?
Okay, good.
Hey.
Here. Oh, that's good. Okay.
Yeah. My good friend. All right, pilots. Where in time is Mediva? Tell me the year and the U.S. president in office. Is it Jimmy Carter in 1979, George Bush in 1989, or Bill Clinton in 1992? Remember the clues we just heard? Peanut farmer from Georgia, whose vice president is Walter Mondale, helped negotiate peace between Israel's Menachem Begin and Egypt's Anwar el-Sadat, and the year of the first big hit rap record? All right, guys, lock onto an answer as soon as you can. All right, Anthony, what'd you say?
George Bush, 1989.
Okay, Kevin?
Jimmy Carter in 1979.
And Jessica?
Jimmy Carter in 1979.
Correct answer is Jimmy Carter in 1979. 10 points for Kevin and Jessica. All right, pilots, we've got to make one final leap forward in time, and that means an ultimate data boost. All right, guys, in an ultimate data boost, each correct answer is worth 10 power points, but if you're wrong, you lose 10, all right? So let's see how we're doing. At this point, Anthony has 135 power points, Kevin has 140, and Jessica has 140. So this would be a good opportunity, because it's a close game, to rack up those points to see who goes on to complete this mission. All right, guys, I'm going to name a fact. Your job, buzz in and tell me if it applies to Spike Lee or martial arts film star Bruce Lee. Okay, each correct answer, like I said, gets you 10 power points, but if you're wrong, you lose 10. Remember, Spike Lee or Bruce Lee? His real name is Shelton. Yes, Anthony.
Spike Lee.
Correct. Bruce Lee's birth name was Lee Jun-fan, just so you know. There you go. He appeared in the 1960s TV show The Green Hornet. Yes, Anthony.
Bruce Lee.
Correct. He played the role of Kato. He was nominated for an Academy Award. Yes, Kevin.
Bruce Lee.
Actually, it was Spike Lee for his screenplay of Do the Right Thing. All right. He executive produced the film Tales from the Hood. Yes, Anthony.
Spike Lee.
Correct, it is Spike Lee. He was a philosophy major at the University of Washington. Yes, Kevin.
Bruce Lee.
Correct. Spike attended Morehouse College and NYU Graduate School. He is the son of a... Yes, Anthony?
Spike Lee.
Good guess, and you're right. I was going to say he's the son of a jazz musician. It is Spike Lee. Bruce's father was a performer with a Chinese opera company. He privately tutored Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Yes, Kevin.
Spike Lee.
Actually, Bruce Lee. He charged $250 an hour for private martial arts lessons. I want to meet him in a dark alley. He won a cha-cha dance championship. Yes, Jessica.
Spike Lee.
Actually, that'd be Bruce Lee. All right, finally, his company is called 40 Acres and a Mule. Yes, Kevin.
Bruce Lee.
Actually, it's Spike Lee. All right, guys, let's see how we did. Anthony has 175, Kevin 120, and Jessica 130, which means Anthony and Jessica, you're moving on to the next phase of our mission. But Kevin, you did a great job, buddy. You really did very well. You had new handshake. That's what we're doing. All right, and right now, the Chief wants to say a few words to express our appreciation.
Catching Medieval would be poetic justice, and I'm proud you never gave up the chase. As a reward for your accomplishments, I've requisitioned an Acme TimeNet mission pack just for you. It includes a deluxe Britannica World Atlas, this official Carmen t-shirt, the Chronoskimmer cap with you-know-who's picture in front, a wear-in-time watch, and finally, an Acme TimeNet home gym, better known as the Carmen Sandiego CD-ROM library and board games. They're packed with clues and cases to keep a time pilot in tip-top shape. Congratulations.
All right, Squadron, we've sent Kevin back to TimeNet Command with all his stuff. Guy needed a crane, he had so much stuff. But we're going to stay on board and complete this mission. Are you guys ready?
Yeah,
Yes.
let's go.
All right, Chief, we're ready.
Time pilots, the history of all history is at stake. Get to the United States in 1979 and raise those voices. Kevin, you're in command.
Aye, aye, Chief. Time pilots, full speed ahead to 1979. Look, Mediva's got the voices of the griots in a cybersphere. Activate the loot tractor beam.
You haven't heard the last of me, Time Pilot.
All right, we've gotten back the voices of the griots and have them safely on board. So congratulations, guys. You've completed mission objective number 1. Mediva gave us the slip again, though, but now we've got to return the loot to the 1300s. Let's check in with the Chief to get our flight plan. Chief?
Time pilots, you must navigate the Chronoskimmer through 8 events from African-American history, starting at the most recent event and finishing at the least recent event. The time pilot who does then goes on to chase Carmen and Mediva along the trail of time. Here are the events on your flight plan. Martin Luther King Jr. wins the Nobel Peace Prize. Phyllis Wheatley becomes the first black female poet to be published in America. The NAACP is created. Zora Neale Hurston publishes African-American folk tales and customs in Mules and Men. beginnings of African griot tradition. Maya Angelou recites poem at Clinton inauguration. Lincoln issues the Emancipation Proclamation. First rap record to gain national airplay. That's your briefing time, pilots. Good luck on your journey.
Okay, Anthony, you have the higher score. You have the choice of going first or second.
I'll go first.
You're gonna go first. All right, in that case, I want you to pilot this Chronoskimmer back through time from the most recent event to the least recent event, starting by picking the most recent event on the board. You may begin.
Maya Angelou at Clinton inauguration.
Correct. You've navigated us to 1993. Can you pick the next most recent event?
First rap song gets national airplay.
Yes, you've piloted us to 1979. That was Rapper's Delight by the Sugar Hill Gang. Can you pick the next most recent event?
Martin Luther King wins the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yes, you've steered us to 1964. Can you pick the next most recent event?
NAACP is created.
All right, we go to Jessica. Pick the most recent event on the board.
Maya Angelou at Clinton inauguration.
Correct, 1993. Can you pick the next event?
First rap song to get national airplay.
Yes, you've gotten us to 1979. Can you pick the next most recent event?
Martin Luther King wins Nobel Peace Prize.
Yes, you've piloted us to 1964. Can you pick the next most recent event?
Hurston publishes Mules and Men.
Yes, you've steered us to 1935. Can you name the next most recent event?
NAACP is created.
Yes, you've gotten us to 1909. Blacks and whites joined together to form this civil rights organization. Can you pick the next most recent event?
Black female poet first published.
All right, going back to Anthony.
All right, Maya Angelou at the Clinton's inauguration.
Correct, 1993. What came next?
First rap song to get national airplay.
Yes, 1979, followed by what?
Martin Luther King wins the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yes, 1964. What's the next event?
Hurston publishes Mules and Men.
Yes, 1935. Name the next most recent event.
NAACP is created.
Correct, you've gotten us to 1909. Can you pick the next most recent event?
Emancipation Proclamation issued.
Yes, you've steered us to 1863. Can you name the next most recent event?
Black female poet first published.
Followed by?
Beginnings of griot tradition.
Yes, you've saved history, Anthony. Congratulations, pal. Very good. We're going to move on in just a moment, all right? And you did a wonderful job, Jessica, and we're proud of you. And right now, the chief has a word to tell you about your next mission.
TimeNet is lucky to have pilots like you. In fact, we're promoting you to Airborne Control and Navigational Ensign, or ACNE. Hey, I didn't make up the nickname, but I am issuing you this terrific TimeNet mission pack and a state-of-the-art portable CD player. You'll need it on future missions to listen to secret orders, perform crucial auditory research, and to just really rock out. Great work, Time Pilot. I salute you.
All right, Anthony, you must feel pretty good. You had a good day today, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
All right, cool, cool. Okay, well, you know what you did? You've returned the voices of the griots to the 1300s.
Yes.
Right? And that's probably more than you're going to do tomorrow. Probably more than you did yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Good. Because right now, Jessica is piloting the Chronoskimmer back to the present, but Mediva and Carmen are still out there, and it's your job to track them down, okay? So it's time for us to exit the Chronoskimmer and head for the Trail of Time. Chief, is that a go?
Kevin, I'm energizing the transportal sequencer. Get ready to depart the Chronoskimmer.
Chief, we're on our way. Look out, Carmen, here we come.
We're on the case and we're chasing her through history. Chronoskimmer, engines hot, vile villains, evil plot. Our brave squadron leader will help us defeat her and bring back the loot to its rightful place in time. Tell me where in time is Carmen Sandiego. Stop her crime and solve this mystery. Tell me where in time is Carmen Sandiego. We're on the case and they're chasing us through history.
Hey, Anthony, we've made it to the Trail of Time. You've got to track Carmen through 6 time portals by answering her questions. You ready?
Yep.
All right, ready, set, go, Anthony. Follow the engine crew to the first portal.
It's 1923. What blues singer is recording her first record? Ella Fitzgerald or Bessie Smith?
Bessie Smith.
All right, go on to the second portal.
It's 1926. Who is creating a new jazz style? Louis Armstrong or John Coltrane?
John Coltrane.
All right, crank the crank to open the gate. Keep cranking, keep cranking. Almost there. Keep that crank going. All right, you've got 4 more to go, and you've got 56 seconds left.
It's 1955. Who has his first top 10 hit? Stevie Wonder or Chuck Berry?
Stevie Wonder.
All right, pull the rope to open the gate. Keep on pulling. Keep on pulling, Anthony. Almost there. Go, 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 go. All right. And you've captured Madiva. Congratulations. Keep up the good work.
It's 1958. Who is founding a new dance troupe? Alvin Ailey or Gregory Hines?
Gregory Hines.
All right, pull the rope to open the gate. Pull it quickly, quickly. Almost there, Anthony. Keep pulling, keep pulling. All right, you've got 2 more to go. You've got 12 seconds left.
It's 1965. What poet inspires a black arts movement? Leroy Jones or B.B. King?
B.B. King.
Oh, Anthony, we've run out of time. Carmen has escaped, but you did capture Madiva, and you returned the loot to its proper place in time. We're proud of you, pal. Right now, the Chief has a few words she wants to say to you. Chief?
No time pilot ever worked harder than you did today. And in honor of your achievement, I'm issuing you a full 32-volume set of Encyclopedia Britannica, its pamphlets, articles, maps, and illustrations that will put all of history at your fingertips. Plus, you'll receive this stereo CD music system with radio and dual cassette recorder. Pilot, you're promoted to head navigator. Congratulations.
Thanks, Chief. All right, Anthony, we had a rough mission there, but you did very well. You're a great time pilot, pal.
Thanks.
And now it's time to bring you back to the present. Remember, at Acme TimeNet, history is our job. The future is yours.
We're on the case and we're chasing her through history. Throttle open, thrusters on.